Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel on Thursday, the 25th of February. It's almost over this month. It's gone so fast. Today, we continue our conversation about the Lenten expectations or disciplines. Monday, we talked about, I'm just going to grab my book here. Monday, we talked about self-examination. Tuesday, we talked about penitence. Yesterday, we talked about prayer. Today, we're talking about fasting. Fasting, sorry, dude just shook. Fasting it's an awkward thing to talk about because it's not a popular thing anymore in society. Fasting has many connotations to it. There's those who think about fasting as in taking time to each day. For instance, you take part of what you would normally, if you were normally going to go out for lunch and spend $20, you spend $10 on yourself and give $10 to the other $10 to a community where a soup kitchen or something that they can help. That kind of fasting. I would say that for me, that kind of way of looking at that would be more in the terms of like the almsgiving side about the helping others. I think fasting really does get back to just that fasting. If you think about the word thing, it means to stop eating. It means to take a break, like to fast between meals. Now, most of you will have had at some point in your life, maybe more than others, those times when you've had to fast before a medical, there's Dude's tail, before a medical appointment. And I'm just going to see if you can see Dude here. Say hi, Dude. Say hello. No. There's Dude. Okay. So there's our Dude fix for the day, for the morning. So if you've ever had to have a fasting blood work done, you know that you can't eat after eat or drink after midnight, or sometimes even since the evening before. And the point is that your body is sort of relieved of other things that are in it. You haven't added things, and your body is sort of in its state, a natural state. Sometimes we talk about fasting for diets. Some very popular diets will have like a detox phase where you eat nothing, or you only eat fruit, or you only eat certain vegetables because you're getting rid of the toxins in your body. Fasting in and of itself really can, in the right circumstances, do that. It really cleans out our body. It allows our bodies to prepare for a new time. Hence, for things like when we talk about breakfast in the morning, it's breaking the fast. We haven't eaten since the evening before. We're fasting through the night, and in the morning we break the fast with breakfast. Fasting is not a favorite thing of mine. I like food. And I've never been able to, although I've tried fasting before, I've never been very good at being able to pair the fasting as a spiritual discipline. Pair the fasting with prayers. Things like that. And I know there's lots of people that do, and God bless you if you do, and I appreciate that. And I can't quite get there. And because of my health, fasting is not a great idea for me. I need to eat regular things at regular times. So for me, fasting does become, in some ways, more of a what today's Lenten understanding is, that we fast from things. We give up chocolate. We give up coffee. Not happening. We give up something like that to acknowledge Lent. We give up something that allows us to almost feel a sacrifice. I don't know if that was the intention, though. Really, I'd have to do some research into that. I don't know if the intention of fasting was simply that we would be sacrificing something. I think that the self-examination, the prayer, penitence, fasting, almsgiving, reading and meditating on the Word of God, I think those are all somewhat sacrifices that we make, that we give willingly during the season of Lent and hopefully beyond. So I don't know that fasting was intentionally meant to be about giving up something, some kind of taking on a hardship of giving up something that we love for the season of Lent. I think fasting probably really did mean about purifying our bodies. There are lots of people today, lots of Christians today, some of them older, who remember fasting on Fridays, fasting from red meat on Friday. Remember, there's a lot of restaurants you can go to that will have their Friday special will be fish, because of the days when the church, and particularly Roman Catholic Church, I believe, really did have fish Fridays. Like, it was, you fasted from meat on Friday, for Good Friday, and then so people would have fish instead. I think that fasting, like I said, I think it's more about purifying our bodies, allowing our natural selves, the way God created us to be, to sort of get back into that pattern, that rhythm of what was meant to be. Now, of course, that has changed over the years. How many of us fast, really? Some people still do. I realize that, and that's good if it's done for the right reasons. But what can a fast look like? What can a fast look like for us? I mean, it can look like not eating food, or not eating, like, drinking things and things like that. But I think fasting can also take on a sense of not depriving yourself. I don't think it was intended to be depriving yourself. I think fasting is more about getting back to basics. So, how do we get back to basics? How do we fast in 2021 in Lent? I'm not entirely sure. This year, if it's about giving things up or acknowledging things that aren't, I think that we've been doing that for the past year, since last Lent. There are things that we have been fasting from. We have fasted from seeing our friends and our loved ones. We haven't been going to see our grandchildren or going to see grandparents. We haven't been going out for our bridge nights or euchre nights or whatever cards you play in the West. We haven't been having our quilting sessions or our paint days, because for the good of others as well as ourselves, we have been fasting. We have been allowing healing to happen, allowing a safe space to happen so that people can be healthy. And so maybe this pandemic has been a year-long fast for us. I don't know. That's a thought that has just come to me. But at the end of the day, if it has been, if we look at this pandemic as a forced fast on us, we have to recognize that what we have given up, what we have had taken away from us, if that is your perspective, are not things that we will never have back. They have not been sacrificed forever. They are things that we have given up, as I said, for the good of others and for our own good. If we could find a way to, all of us, wear our masks, stay home, not socialize, as hard as that is, the pandemic, I think, would probably slow down a lot. If we don't see someone else, we can't pass on our germs, and we can have theirs passed on to us. And if we all did that, if we just all did what they call a circuit breaker, if we all just stopped, seriously, all of us just stopped for a full isolation period until the virus could just die, what would that look like? That would be a fast worth making, wouldn't it? I am not going to pretend that I'm going to give up some kind of food. As I said, I have diabetes and I can't not eat. It's not healthy for me to not eat. And for many, many people, that's important. So if you're going to fast, talk to your doctor. Make sure you do it in a healthy way. But I believe that maybe it wouldn't be harmful for us to fast in our hearts, to open our hearts to the acknowledgement that we we can give up certain things for a certain amount of time if it will be beneficial to us, and especially if it will be beneficial to other people. And I think that this is how we can maybe look at this call to fasting in our Lenten discipline from the Book of Alternative Services in the Anglican Church. Yes, if you can fast from food, if you can take time and go without lunch or something, if you'd like to donate the cost of that to a group or something, that's fantastic. That would be wonderful. But at the same time, it really is a personal discipline, and if you can do it, great. But at the same time, I think, especially this year, when so much has been asked of all of us for a full year, like Lent sort of Lent 2.0, because we never got out of 1.0 last year. I think that this is an honest way that we can fast is by giving up or acknowledging that we need to separate ourselves from others so that others and ourselves can be healthy, that we can celebrate Easter and we can be here to celebrate another Lent. So those are my thoughts on fasting. Not my favorite topic, so it's obviously not, something great fun. And you did get a bit of dude, so it was worth it, right? Have a great day. God bless you. Wear your mask if you have to go out, but for heaven's sakes, stay home. Let's try to get this virus under control. Let's keep each other healthy so that we can be here next year talking about how wonderful it is to be together during Lent. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow, Friday, for Church at Home with Rachel.